God says, this is not a drill. A massive tragedy approaches within hours, and this is the only chance to stop it. Listen carefully, because what you are hearing right now is not random, and it is not something you should scroll past. I am speaking to you because time is short, and what is coming can be changed, but only if you respond with awareness and faith. If you stay here and listen until the end, you will understand what must be done and how you are protected even in the middle of danger. Do not ignore this moment, because within these words lies a turning point that can shift what is about to unfold. You were not brought here by accident. You were chosen to hear this before it is too late. Type Amen if you believe. This is not a drill means this is not symbolic, not distant, and not something for another day. It is real, it is near, and it is already moving toward the lives of many who remain unaware. A massive tragedy approaches within hours, means that a chain of events is forming, and without intervention, it will bring loss, fear, and confusion. But I am not warning you to fill you with fear. I am warning you because there is still a narrow window to stop what is forming. You are hearing this because you have a role, even if it feels small, even if you feel unprepared, even if you doubt your own strength. I need your attention right now more than ever, and if you feel something stirring inside you, then do not ignore it. Take a moment and show your agreement by liking this video, because your action is not just a gesture, it is a sign of alignment with what I am about to do. What is coming is not meant to destroy you, but it can overwhelm those who are not rooted in truth and awareness. I am calling you to stand in that awareness, to hold steady, and to listen beyond the noise that surrounds you. When you respond, you are not just watching, you are stepping into a moment that carries weight and purpose. You must understand that tragedy does not always arrive with loud warnings. Sometimes it moves quietly, building through choices, distractions, and ignored signs until it reaches a breaking point. Right now, that breaking point is closer than many realize, and yet there is still space to redirect what is unfolding. I am reaching out to you because your awareness, your faith, and your willingness to listen can shift more than you think. You are not powerless in this moment, even if the world has made you feel small. Type 1111 if you walk by faith. What you must do first is become still within yourself, because panic will not guide you correctly. When fear rises, it clouds your ability to hear clearly, and right now clarity is everything. I am asking you to quiet the noise around you, to step away from distractions, and to focus on what you feel deep within your spirit. That feeling of urgency you sense right now is not confusion, it is alignment with truth, and it is guiding you toward the right response. There are people around you who are unaware, moving through their day as if nothing is changing. They are not wrong for not seeing it, but you have been given sight for a reason. Do not dismiss this as imagination or coincidence, because the timing of this moment carries purpose. You are meant to recognize that something is shifting and to position yourself differently because of it. When you move with awareness, you not only protect yourself, but you also influence the space around you. I am not asking you to run in fear or to spread panic, because that is not the way of protection. I am asking you to move with intention, to pray with sincerity, and to trust that I am guiding your steps even now. When you pray, do not speak empty words. Speak with belief that what you are asking matters. Your voice carries more power than you have been taught, and when you align it with faith, it begins to shape what is possible. This is part of how what is coming can be softened and even stopped. There are decisions being made right now, choices happening in different places, and they are all connected to what is approaching. Some of those choices are careless, some are driven by fear, and some are simply unaware. But your awareness places you in a different position, one where you can respond instead of react. This is why I'm speaking so directly, because hesitation will not serve you in this moment. You may feel a tension inside you, a sense that something is not right even if you cannot explain it fully. That feeling is not meant to confuse you, it is meant to wake you. When you pay attention to it, you begin to see what others overlook, and you begin to act with purpose instead of routine. This is how change begins, not through large dramatic moves, but through awareness that leads to the right action at the right time. Do not underestimate the importance of what you do next, even if it seems small. A moment of prayer, a decision to step away from a certain place, or a choice to reach out to someone can all play a role in shifting outcomes. You are part of a larger movement that you cannot fully see, but your place within it matters. When you respond with faith instead of fear, you align yourself with protection that goes beyond what you can measure. I am with you even now, guiding you through this moment with care and purpose. You are not being warned to be abandoned, you are being warned because you are covered. Even as the world moves toward uncertainty, you are being positioned in awareness and protection. Stay with me, stay focused, and do not let distraction pull you away from what you are hearing. This is one of those moments, and you are being asked to stay present instead of drifting into distraction. When you remain present, you begin to notice the subtle directions I am placing before you. Why are over 19,547 people suddenly attracting unexpected wealth? Because they started using a strange 9-word password discovered in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. Scientists say it activates a 150 million year old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. This password was quietly used by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. Now it's spreading fast and could be taken down any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is a reason I told you that this is not a drill, because what is approaching has already been set in motion. It is not a single event, but a series of connected outcomes that can unfold quickly if left unchanged. Many will not realize what is happening until they are already caught in confusion, but you are being given the chance to prepare your heart and your steps. Preparation is not panic, it is positioning, and positioning is what will keep you steady when others feel shaken. You are being positioned right now, even if you do not fully understand how. Type yes to affirm. You must begin by examining where you are, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Are you grounded in truth? Or have you been drifting through habits that keep you distracted and unaware? This moment is calling you back into focus because clarity is your protection. When your mind is clear, you can hear guidance more easily, and when you hear clearly, you act correctly. That is how you avoid being pulled into what is coming. There are places you should not linger, conversations you should not entertain, and environments that are not meant for you in this hour. You may not have noticed before, but now you are being shown what no longer aligns with your safety and your peace. Trust that inner prompting that tells you to step away, because it is not random, it is direction. And when you follow it, you are moving under protection. Do not second guess what you feel when it is calm and clear, because that is how I guide you. You are not being asked to understand every detail of what is forming, because you do not need to carry that weight. What you need is obedience to what you are being shown in this moment. When you move in obedience, you step out of paths that lead to harm and into paths that lead to safety. This is how what is coming can pass around you instead of through you. You are not being left to figure this out alone, you are being led step by step. Type 777 to receive blessings. There are people connected to you whose lives will also be affected by your awareness. Your choices do not exist in isolation. They create ripples that extend beyond what you can see. When you choose to listen, to pray, and to act with intention, you are not only covering yourself, you are creating a shield that can reach others as well. This is why your response matters more than you think. You are part of something that is larger than your own understanding. You may feel the temptation to dismiss this as something that will pass without consequence, but that is the very mindset that leaves people unprepared. I am calling you to remain alert, not anxious, but aware and steady. Awareness allows you to move wisely, while anxiety causes you to freeze or react incorrectly. You are not meant to freeze in this moment. You are meant to move with quiet confidence. That confidence comes from knowing that you are not alone. When you pray now, let it come from a place of trust instead of fear. Speak with the understanding that I am already present, already aware, and already working in ways you cannot see. Your prayer is not informing me of something new, it is aligning you with what I am doing. When you align with me, you begin to move differently, think differently, and respond differently. That is how outcomes begin to change. There is also something you must release in this moment. Something you have been holding on to that keeps you tied to distraction or delay. It may be a habit, a pattern, or even a relationship that pulls your attention away from what truly matters. This is not the time to hold on to what weakens your focus. Let it go, even if it feels uncomfortable, because what you release now creates space for clarity and protection. You are not losing something, you are making room for what you need. The hours ahead carry weight, but they do not carry defeat for you. You are being guided to move through them with awareness that others will not have. That awareness is your advantage, not to control others, but to remain steady within yourself. When you remain steady, you become a source of calm in the midst of confusion. That calm is not something you create on your own, it is something I place within you as you stay connected to me. There may be sudden changes, unexpected shifts, or moments that feel uncertain, but do not let those moments shake your foundation. You have already been warned, which means you are already prepared in ways you do not fully see yet. Preparation is not always visible, but it is real, and it will reveal itself as you move forward. Trust that what you need will be there when you need it, because I do not warn without also providing. You must also guard your thoughts in this moment, because what you think will influence how you respond. If you allow fear to dominate your thoughts, your actions will follow that fear. But if you hold on to trust and awareness, your actions will reflect stability and wisdom. This is why your inner state matters so much right now. What is happening outside of you does not have to control what happens within you. I am speaking to you with urgency, but also with care, because you are not meant to be overwhelmed by this moment. You are meant to rise into it with clarity and faith. You are not being pushed into something you cannot handle. You are being prepared to move through something that others may struggle with. That preparation is a sign of my presence with you, not a sign of danger against you. Every step you take in awareness is a step away from confusion and a step toward protection. Do not underestimate the power of quiet, steady obedience in a moment like this. There is a shift happening not only around you, but within you, and that inner shift is just as important as anything external. You are becoming more sensitive to what is right and what is not, more aware of what feels safe and what does not. This sensitivity is not weakness, it is guidance, and it is sharpening your ability to move correctly. When you listen to it, you avoid paths that could lead you into harm. When you ignore it, you risk stepping into situations that were never meant for you. Type 222 if you trust God. Can 9 simple words really change your financial life? More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. Brain experts were shocked when they discovered this password works up to 20x faster than the law of attraction. People are repeating it daily and watching money flow like water into their lives. Some even believe the results are so powerful, it feels divine. But this breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. Right now, you must begin to simplify your focus, because too many distractions will cloud your judgment. The world is full of noise, opinions, and constant movement, but in this moment, you are being called to quiet that noise. Focus on what is directly in front of you, on what you are being guided to do next, not on everything that could happen. When your focus is clear, your path becomes clear, and when your path is clear, your steps become steady. This is how you remain grounded even when things around you feel uncertain. There are instructions you are receiving that may not come in loud or obvious ways. Sometimes they come as a gentle thought, a quiet feeling, or a sudden clarity about what you should or should not do. These are not random. They are guidance, and they are meant to be trusted. You do not need a dramatic sign to know that you are being led. The quiet clarity you feel is enough, and when you follow it, you will see why it was given to you. You must also be careful about who you listen to in this moment, because not every voice around you carries truth. Some voices will speak from fear, some from confusion, and some from their own lack of awareness. If you follow those voices, you may be pulled away from the path that leads to safety. This is why you must stay anchored in what you are hearing from me. My guidance will not lead you into panic. It will lead you into peace and clarity, even in the middle of urgency. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. There is something important about timing that you need to understand right now. Acting too early without clarity can lead to confusion, and acting too late can lead to missed protection. But when you act in alignment with the moment you are being guided into, everything begins to fall into place. This is why you must stay attentive, because the right moment will come, and you will feel it clearly. When that moment comes, do not hesitate, because hesitation can cause you to miss what was meant for you. You may feel a pull to change something in your immediate environment, whether it is where you are, what you are doing, or who you are around. That pull is not something to ignore, because it is part of how you are being repositioned. Repositioning does not always make sense at first, but it becomes clear when you see what you avoided or what you stepped into. Trust that when you are moved, there is a reason, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. There is also a need for you to remain calm in your interactions with others. You do not need to convince everyone of what you are sensing, and you do not need to explain everything you feel. Your responsibility is to remain aligned, not to carry the burden of making others understand. When you stay aligned, your presence itself can bring calm to those around you. That calm is something that will be needed, because confusion often spreads quickly when people are unprepared. As the hours move forward, you may begin to notice subtle changes, things that feel different, moments that carry a sense of tension or urgency. Do not let those moments shake you, because you have already been prepared for them. Preparation does not remove all uncertainty, but it gives you the strength to move through it without losing your stability. You are not walking into this moment unguarded. You are walking into it aware and covered. There is a protection around you that you may not always see, but it is present and active. It is not something fragile that can be easily broken. It is something steady that surrounds you as you stay connected to me. When you remain connected, you remain within that protection, even as things shift around you. This is why your focus on me matters more than anything else right now. Your connection is your anchor, and your anchor keeps you steady. You must also remember that not everything you hear or see in the coming hours will be accurate. There may be confusion, misinformation, or reactions that do not reflect what is truly happening. This is why you must rely on inner clarity instead of external noise. When you stay grounded in that clarity, you will not be easily shaken by what others say or do. You will move with a confidence that comes from knowing you are guided. There is a strength rising within you that you may not have recognized before, and it is being activated in this moment. That strength is not loud or forceful, it is quiet and steady, and it allows you to remain calm when others feel overwhelmed. It allows you to think clearly when others feel scattered. This is part of why you were chosen to hear this, because you are capable of carrying this awareness without being consumed by it. Do not let doubt creep in and make you question what you are sensing. Doubt can cause hesitation, and hesitation can lead you away from what you are meant to do. You are not imagining this, and you are not overthinking it. You are responding to something real, something that requires your awareness and your alignment. Trust yourself in this moment, because that trust is part of how you stay in the right place at the right time. You are not the same as you were before you began listening, because now you are aligned with truth instead of drifting in uncertainty. This alignment is what will carry you through what is about to unfold. There is a difference between those who are aware and those who are caught off guard. And that difference is not luck, it is attention. You chose to stay, to listen, and to receive what was being given to you. And because of that, you are standing in a place of preparation. Others may feel confusion when things begin to shift, but you will recognize the movement because you were warned ahead of time. Recognition is a form of protection because it allows you to respond instead of react. When you respond with clarity, you move with purpose instead of panic. Type 1010 to claim miracles. You must now begin to guard your surroundings with greater awareness, because what is happening is not only external, it is also influencing environments and atmospheres. Pay attention to the way a place feels, not just how it looks, because your spirit can sense what your eyes cannot see. If something feels off, do not ignore it, because that feeling is guiding you away from potential harm. You do not need a full explanation to trust that inner signal. You only need the willingness to follow it. When you follow it, you step into spaces that are safer and more aligned with your protection. What if attracting wealth didn't require hard work, just the right words? This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free, financially free individuals. Scientists say each of these 9 words activates a hidden abundance center deep in your brain. People are using it from home and seeing results in just weeks. It was never meant for the public, and now that it's out, the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There is also a need for you to move with quiet confidence, not drawing unnecessary attention, but remaining steady in your actions. You do not need to announce what you are doing or why you are doing it, because your guidance is personal. When you move quietly, you avoid unnecessary resistance and distraction. This is not about hiding, it is about moving wisely and intentionally. Wisdom in this moment is more powerful than loudness or urgency without direction. Type 555 to step into divine protection. As things begin to unfold, you may see others reacting quickly, making decisions based on fear or confusion. Do not let their reactions pull you into the same state, because you are meant to remain steady. You have been given the advantage of awareness, and that awareness must be protected. When you stay calm, you can see what others miss, and you can move in ways that keep you aligned with safety. This calm is not something you force. It is something you receive as you stay connected to me. There will be moments where you feel the urge to rush, to act quickly without full clarity, but you must resist that urge unless you are clearly guided. Not every moment requires immediate action, and sometimes the right move is to wait for the next clear instruction. Waiting in awareness is not the same as doing nothing. It is active trust. When you wait with intention, you allow the right direction to become clear instead of forcing a decision that may not be aligned. This is how you avoid unnecessary mistakes. You must also stay mindful of your energy, because how you feel will influence how you move. If you allow yourself to become overwhelmed, your actions may become scattered and unclear. But if you remain centered, you will act with precision and purpose. Centering yourself is not complicated. It is simply returning your focus to me, remembering that you are guided and protected. When you do that, your mind becomes clearer and your steps become more certain. There is something important happening within your intuition right now, something that is becoming stronger as you continue to listen. You may begin to notice that you are more aware of small details, more sensitive to changes, and more certain about what feels right. This is not something to ignore or dismiss. It is something to trust and use. Your intuition is one of the ways I communicate with you, and in this moment, it is being heightened for a reason. When you trust it, you move in alignment with what is unfolding. You are not meant to carry fear about what is coming, even though it is serious and urgent. Fear will not protect you, but awareness will. You are being given awareness so that you can move through this moment without being consumed by it. This is the difference between those who are overwhelmed and those who remain steady. You are being prepared to remain steady, even when things around you feel unstable. There is also a deeper purpose in why you are being guided this way, and it goes beyond just avoiding what is coming. You are being shaped into someone who can stand firm in moments of uncertainty, someone who can carry clarity when others feel lost. This is not just about this moment, it is about who you are becoming through it. Every step you take in awareness is strengthening you for what lies ahead, even beyond this immediate situation. You must not forget that I am with you in every step you take, even when you feel alone or unsure. My presence does not leave you in moments like this. It becomes even more active, guiding you in ways you may not fully see. When you trust that presence, you move with confidence, knowing that you are not navigating this on your own. That confidence is what allows you to stay grounded when everything else feels uncertain. There may be a moment when everything seems to pause, a brief stillness before things begin to shift more noticeably. Do not mistake that stillness for safety or assume that nothing is happening. That stillness is often the final moment before change becomes visible. Stay aware during that time, because what you do in that moment can influence how you move through what follows. Awareness must remain constant, not only when things feel urgent, but also when they feel quiet. You are being guided step by step, and each step is preparing you for the next. Do not try to jump ahead or figure everything out at once, because that is not necessary. What you need will be revealed as you continue to listen and move with intention. Trust the process of being guided, even when it feels slow or unclear, because it is leading you exactly where you need to be. Everything I have been telling you is meant to anchor you right now, not later, but in this exact stretch of time. You are standing at the edge of something that can either overwhelm or pass by, and your awareness is what determines how it touches your life. There is something important you must understand about this final approach, and it is that your attention is your strongest shield. What you focus on right now will influence how you experience what is coming. If your focus drifts into fear, confusion will follow, but if your focus stays anchored in trust and awareness, you will move with steadiness. This is not about pretending nothing is happening, it is about choosing where your inner state rests while everything unfolds. Your inner state is what keeps you from being shaken. Type 333 if you believe you are protected. You must now begin to slow your actions slightly, not out of hesitation, but out of precision. When things feel urgent, people often rush, and rushing leads to mistakes. But when you slow down just enough to remain aware, every step becomes more accurate. Accuracy is what you need right now, not speed without direction. When you move with precision, you avoid paths that could lead you into unnecessary difficulty. Why are neuroscientists calling this a wealth trigger? Because over 19,547 people are already using this 9-word password, and their lives are changing fast. Unexpected deposits, cleared debts, a completely upgraded lifestyle. Scientists say it taps into a 150 million-year-old brain system that controls abundance and financial flow. It's already changed the lives of thousands in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. There is also a shift happening in your environment that may not be visible, but it is affecting how things feel around you. You may notice that certain places feel heavier, certain moments feel tense, or certain interactions feel different than usual. Do not ignore these changes, because they are signals that something is moving beneath the surface. You are being given the ability to sense these shifts so that you can respond accordingly. When you recognize them, you can adjust your position and remain in alignment with safety. Type 888 to align with divine timing. As the hours continue, there may be moments where you feel tested, where something tries to pull your attention away from what you know is right. These tests are not meant to defeat you, they are meant to reveal whether you will stay aligned or drift into distraction. Stay aligned, even if the distraction feels strong or familiar. This is not the time to fall back into old patterns or habits that weaken your focus. This is the time to stand firm in what you have been shown. You must also remember that not everything that looks urgent requires your involvement. Some things will unfold around you that are not yours to carry or fix. Your responsibility is to follow the guidance you are receiving, not to take on every situation you encounter. When you try to carry what is not yours, you lose the clarity needed to carry what is. Stay focused on your path, because that is where your protection lies. There is a quiet strength growing within you, and it is becoming more steady with each moment you remain aware. This strength is not loud or forceful, but it is unshakable, and it allows you to remain calm even when things feel uncertain. You may not have recognized this strength before, but it has always been within you, waiting to be activated. Now it is rising because you need it in this moment. Trust that what is rising within you is exactly what you need. There may also be moments where you feel a sudden clarity about what to do next, almost as if something clicks into place. When that happens, do not question it or delay, because that clarity is your signal to act. Acting in that moment is what keeps you aligned with the path of safety. If you hesitate too long, you risk missing the alignment that was being offered to you. Trust the clarity when it comes, because it is not random. You are not alone in this moment, even if it feels like you are carrying this awareness by yourself. There are others who are being guided in their own way, each receiving what they need for their situation. You may not see them, and you may not know them, but you are not the only one being prepared. This is a larger movement, one that is unfolding in ways beyond what you can fully understand. Your part in it is important, and you are fulfilling it by staying aligned. There is also something you must release right now, something that has been lingering in your thoughts or your heart that creates doubt or hesitation. It may be a fear, a regret, or a question that keeps you from fully trusting what you are hearing, let it go, because holding on to it will only cloud your clarity. You do not need to carry that weight into this moment. You need to be clear, focused, and aligned with what is guiding you. As the turning point approaches, you may notice that time feels different, either moving faster or slower than usual. This is part of the intensity of the moment, and it can affect how you perceive what is happening. Do not let that shift confuse you, because your awareness is not dependent on how time feels. Stay grounded in what you know, not in how things seem to move around you. Grounding yourself keeps you steady no matter how the moment unfolds. You must continue to stay connected to me, because that connection is what keeps everything in place for you. When you stay connected, you are not easily shaken, not easily distracted, and not easily pulled off your path. That connection is your anchor, and it is holding you steady right now. Do not drift away from it, even for a moment, because every moment of connection strengthens your position. This is the shift I spoke of, and you are inside it now, not outside looking in. But you are not here unguarded. You are here prepared, and that preparation is what separates your experience from the chaos that could have been. There is a calm I am placing within you right now, and it is not dependent on what is happening around you. This calm is deeper than circumstances, and it allows you to remain steady even as things begin to move quickly. Others may feel overwhelmed as events start to take shape, but you will feel a strange steadiness that does not make sense to the natural mind. That steadiness is not something you created, it is something I have given you because you chose to listen and stay aligned. Hold on to it, because it is guiding your steps more than you realize. Type 666 if you choose faith over fear. As this moment continues to unfold, you may notice that certain paths begin to close while others quietly open. This is not random. It is part of how you are being directed away from harm and towards safety. When something does not work out the way you expected, do not resist it or try to force it open again. That closed path may be protection in disguise, even if it feels inconvenient or confusing at first. Trust that when one direction is blocked, another is being prepared for you. A leaked 9-word password is quietly transforming people's financial lives. More than 19,000 people have already used it to attract wealth, freedom, and peace. People are using it daily from their couch and reporting real financial breakthroughs. Scientists say it activates deep brain pathways linked to money, working far faster than traditional methods. This was once hidden by elites, and now it's spreading too fast. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There may also be sudden interruptions, unexpected delays, or small changes that seem frustrating on the surface. But these interruptions are not obstacles. They are adjustments, guiding you into the right timing and position. What feels like a delay could be the very thing that keeps you from being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Do not fight these moments. Flow with them, because they are working in your favor. Even what feels inconvenient right now carries hidden protection within it. Type 999 to receive divine guidance. You must remain especially aware of your surroundings now, not in fear, but in calm observation. Notice where you are, who you are around, and what you are being drawn toward or away from. These observations are not random thoughts. They are part of your guidance system, helping you stay aligned. When something feels right, move toward it with confidence. When something feels wrong, step away without hesitation, because that is how you remain covered. There is also a need for you to remain gentle in your responses, even if others around you begin to react with stress or confusion. You are not meant to absorb their panic, but to remain centered in your own awareness. When you stay centered, you naturally create a sense of calm that can influence the space around you. This is part of your role in this moment, not to control others, but to carry a steadiness that others can feel. That steadiness is a quiet form of strength. You may also notice that your thoughts are becoming clearer, more direct, and less cluttered than before. This clarity is not accidental. It is being given to you so that you can make the right decisions without confusion. When a thought comes with calm certainty, trust it, because that is how you are being guided. Do not overanalyze or second-guess what is already clear. Clarity is meant to be acted upon, not questioned into delay. There may be moments where you feel a sudden shift, as if something just changed without warning. These shifts are part of the unfolding, and they may come quickly and without explanation. When they happen, stay grounded, because you have already been prepared for them. You do not need to understand every detail of what changed. You only need to remain aligned with your awareness. Alignment will carry you through each shift without confusion. You must also keep your focus on what is directly in front of you, not on everything that could happen or what others are doing. Your path is specific, and your guidance is tailored to you. When you focus too much on external noise, you lose connection with the direction meant for you. Stay focused on your own steps, because that is where your safety is. Your path will not look the same as others, and it does not need to. There is a protection surrounding you that is actively responding to your alignment. It is not static. It is moving with you, adjusting as you move, and guiding you in real time. This protection is not something you have to create. It is something you remain within as you stay connected. When you stay connected, you remain covered, even as things unfold around you. This is why your awareness and your focus matter so much right now. You may begin to see how small choices you made earlier are now placing you in a different position than you would have been otherwise. These choices were not insignificant. They were part of your preparation. Even something that seemed small at the time has now created a difference in where you are and how you are experiencing this moment. This is how guidance works, shaping your path step by step until you are exactly where you need to be. Do not let your guard down just because you feel calm, because awareness must remain active until this moment fully passes. Calm is your strength, but awareness is your guide. When you keep both, you move through this with confidence and clarity. This is not the time to drift or relax into distraction. It is the time to remain present and attentive. Presence is what keeps you aligned until everything settles. The final movements of this moment are still unfolding quietly, and your awareness is still needed to move through them completely. You have come this far with clarity, and you must continue with that same steadiness until everything fully settles. There is a quiet shift happening now, a transition from urgency into stabilization, and you can feel it if you pay close attention. The tension that was building is beginning to release, but it has not disappeared completely. This is a delicate phase, where small decisions still matter, and where staying aligned continues to protect you. Do not rush into old patterns or distractions just because the intensity feels like it is easing. Stay grounded, because the final phase requires just as much awareness as the beginning. Type 444 if you are grateful for protection. You may begin to notice that things around you are slowly returning to a sense of normal, but that normal may feel slightly different than before. This is because something has shifted, not only externally, but within you as well. You are not the same person you were before this moment began, because you have moved through something with awareness and trust. That experience has changed your perspective, sharpened your sensitivity, and strengthened your inner steadiness. This is not something to overlook, because it is part of your growth. There are also people who may not fully understand what has just happened or what they have just moved through. They may carry confusion, stress, or even frustration as things settle. You are not meant to take on their confusion, but you are meant to remain steady within yourself. Your steadiness can become a quiet source of calm for others, even without words. When you remain grounded, you create a space where peace can begin to return. Type 111 to affirm new beginnings. What secret did elites use to attract wealth so easily? A simple 9-word password now leaked to the public. People are using it daily and watching money flow into their lives like never before. Scientists say it activates an ancient brain system tied directly to abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. It's already helped thousands become debt-free in just weeks. But this breakthrough is under pressure and may disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone. You must also take a moment to recognize that what was meant to harm you did not reach you in the way it could have. That is not coincidence, that is protection. Even if you cannot see exactly what was avoided, trust that there were outcomes that did not unfold in your life because you were guided. This is something to hold on to, not as pride, but as gratitude. Gratitude strengthens your connection, and that connection continues to guide you forward. As things continue to settle, you may feel a sense of relief mixed with a quiet reflection on what just happened. Allow yourself to feel that, because it is part of processing the moment, but do not let that reflection turn into doubt or questioning whether what you experienced was real. What you felt, what you sensed, and how you were guided were all real and purposeful. Trust your experience, because it is part of how you grow in awareness. There is also something important you must carry forward from this moment, and that is the understanding that your awareness matters. What you did, how you responded, and how you stayed aligned all played a role in how this moment unfolded for you. This is not something that only applies to this situation. It is something that will continue to guide you in future moments as well. You have learned how to stay steady in uncertainty, and that is a strength you will carry with you. You may now begin to feel a deeper sense of peace returning, not the kind that ignores what happened, but the kind that comes after moving through something with protection. This peace is not fragile, it is grounded, and it will continue to grow as you remain connected. Let that peace settle within you, because it is part of your restoration. You are not meant to carry the weight of what has passed, you are meant to release it and move forward. There may also be small reminders of what just happened, moments where something triggers a memory or a feeling from earlier. When that happens, do not let it pull you back into tension. Instead, use it as a reminder of how you were guided and protected. Let it strengthen your trust instead of weakening it. What you have just experienced is something that builds your confidence in your connection with me. You must also be mindful not to fall back into habits that disconnect you from this awareness. It can be easy to return to routine and forget the clarity you had in this moment, but do not let that happen. Carry this awareness with you, even in your daily life, because it will continue to guide you in ways you may not expect. Awareness is not only for moments of urgency, it is for every moment. There is a new level of sensitivity within you now, a deeper ability to sense what is right and what is not. This is something you should embrace, not ignore. It will help you navigate situations with greater clarity and confidence. When you trust this sensitivity, you move through life with a sense of direction that others may not have. This is part of the growth that has come from what you just experienced. You are stepping into a new phase now, one where you carry both the memory of what was and the strength of what you have become. This phase is not about fear or urgency. It is about walking forward with awareness and trust. What you have learned will continue to guide you, even when things feel calm and ordinary. You are not going back to who you were. You are moving forward as someone who has been shaped by this moment. There is a quiet clarity settling within you now, and it is different from anything you felt before. It is not driven by urgency, but by understanding, and it allows you to see things more clearly than before. You may begin to notice patterns, connections, or moments that now make sense in ways they did not earlier. This is part of the unfolding, where what was once hidden becomes visible through reflection. When you allow yourself to see this clearly, you begin to grow in confidence and awareness. Type 1313 if you feel transformed. You must not rush past this phase, because it carries lessons that are meant to stay with you. Take a moment to recognize how your attention, your choices, and your willingness to listen all played a role. You did not arrive here by accident. You arrived here through alignment. That alignment is something you can carry forward into every part of your life. When you stay aligned, you continue to walk in awareness instead of uncertainty. There is also a deeper sense of connection forming within you now, something that feels steady and reliable. This connection is not based on circumstances, but on trust that has been built through experience. You have seen what it means to be guided in a moment that mattered, and that changes how you move forward. You no longer need to question whether you are alone, because you have felt my presence guiding you. That experience is something you can hold on to in every situation that comes next. Type 1414 to walk in divine clarity. As you move forward, you may notice that your priorities begin to shift in subtle ways. Things that once seemed important may no longer hold the same weight, and things that you once overlooked may now feel significant. This is not confusion, it is clarity, reshaping your focus. When your priorities align with what truly matters, your path becomes more stable and purposeful. You are being guided into a life that reflects this clarity, one step at a time. You must also be mindful of how you carry this experience into your daily life. It is not something to be forgotten or dismissed as a passing moment. It is something to be integrated, allowing it to influence how you think, how you act, and how you respond to future situations. When you integrate this awareness, you become someone who moves with intention instead of reaction. That is a powerful shift, and it will continue to shape your journey. Why are thousands suddenly becoming financially free? Because they discovered a 9-word wealth password hidden in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected money, cleared debts, and new opportunities. Some say the results feel almost divine. Scientists confirm it activates a powerful, ancient part of your brain linked to wealth and abundance. But now that it's leaked, it won't stay available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There may be moments where you are tempted to return to old habits, patterns that feel familiar but do not serve your growth. When those moments come, remember what you have just experienced and how it changed you. You are not the same person who once followed those patterns without awareness. You now have the ability to choose differently, to act in alignment with what you know is right. That choice is where your strength lies. You may also find that your sensitivity to your surroundings has increased, allowing you to notice things more quickly than before. This is not something to fear, it is something to use as guidance. When you sense something, trust it, because it is part of how you are being led. Your awareness is now sharper, and it will continue to guide you in ways that protect and position you. Do not ignore it, because it is one of the gifts that has come from this moment. There is also a sense of peace that is beginning to settle deeper within you, one that is not easily shaken. This peace is not dependent on everything being perfect, but on knowing that you are guided. When you carry this peace, you move through life with a quiet confidence that others may not understand. That confidence is not arrogance, it is trust in the connection you have. And that trust will continue to strengthen as you walk forward. You must also remember that what you experienced was not only about you, but about how you can influence the space around you. When you carry clarity, you bring clarity into your environment. When you carry peace, you create an atmosphere where others can feel it. This is part of your role moving forward, not to force change, but to embody what you have received. Your presence can become a source of stability for others without you even realizing it. There may be times ahead where you face uncertainty again, but it will not feel the same as before. You now know what it means to stay steady in the middle of it. You know what it feels like to be guided, and that knowledge will stay with you. When those moments come, you will not respond with the same fear or confusion because you have already learned how to move through them. This is part of your growth, and it will continue to unfold. The way you think, the way you respond, and the way you trust are all being refined through this experience. You are not returning to who you were, you are continuing as someone who has seen and felt something real. There is a new steadiness in your spirit now, and it is not easily shaken by what once would have unsettled you. This steadiness comes from knowing that you were guided through something that could have gone differently. That knowledge is not meant to create fear, but to build confidence in the connection you have. When you remember how you were led, you begin to trust that you will be led again. This trust becomes a foundation that supports you in moments of uncertainty, allowing you to stand firm instead of wavering. Type 1515 to affirm your strength. You must now begin to live with this awareness in a practical way, not just in moments of intensity, but in your daily life. Pay attention to how you make decisions, how you respond to situations, and how you listen to that inner guidance. The same clarity that helped you through that moment is still with you now. It did not disappear when the urgency passed, it simply became quieter. When you make space to listen, you will find that it is still guiding you just as clearly as before. There may be times when life begins to feel routine again, when everything seems calm and predictable. In those moments, it is easy to forget the awareness you gained and slip back into autopilot. But you must resist that, because your awareness is meant to remain active, not only when things feel urgent. When you stay aware even in calm moments, you are better prepared for anything that comes next. This is how you maintain the strength you have gained, instead of losing it over time. Type 1616 if you choose to stay aware. You are also being called to trust yourself more deeply, because what you sensed and followed was not imagination, it was guidance. There may have been times in your past where you doubted your inner voice or ignored it, but now you have seen what happens when you listen and respond. That experience should not be dismissed, it should be honored. Trusting yourself is part of trusting me, because I speak to you in ways that are personal and direct. There is also a responsibility that comes with this awareness, not a burden, but a calling to live differently. You are not meant to move through life blindly anymore, reacting to everything without thought. You are meant to move with intention, with clarity, and with a sense of direction. This does not mean you will never face challenges, but it means you will face them differently. You will face them with awareness instead of confusion, and that changes everything. You may begin to notice that you are more selective about where you go, who you spend time with, and what you allow into your mind. This is not isolation, it is discernment. You are learning to recognize what aligns with your peace and what disrupts it. When you choose alignment, you protect your inner state and maintain your clarity. This is part of how you continue to grow in the awareness you have been given. There is also a deeper sense of purpose beginning to form within you, one that may not have been clear before. You are starting to understand that your life is not random, and that your experiences are shaping you for something meaningful. This purpose does not need to be fully defined right now. It will reveal itself over time. What matters is that you remain open and willing to follow where you are guided. When you do that, your path will continue to unfold in ways that align with that purpose. Why are over 19,547 people suddenly attracting unexpected wealth? Because they started using a strange 9-word password discovered in neuroscience research. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. Scientists say it activates a 150 million year old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. This password was quietly used by elites until a neuroscientist leaked it. Now it's spreading fast and could be taken down any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You must also remember to stay grounded in gratitude, because gratitude keeps your connections strong. When you recognize what you have been guided through, you reinforce the trust that has been built. Gratitude shifts your focus from what could have gone wrong to what went right. This shift strengthens your awareness and keeps you aligned with what is good. It is a simple practice, but it carries deep impact. There may be moments ahead where you feel tested again, where situations arise that challenge your awareness or your trust. These moments are not meant to undo what you have gained, but to strengthen it further. Each time you choose awareness over distraction, trust over doubt, and clarity over confusion, you become stronger. Growth does not happen all at once. It happens through repeated choices that align with who you are becoming. You are not alone in this journey, even when it feels like you are walking it quietly. My presence remains with you, guiding you in ways that may not always be visible but are always active. When you feel uncertain, return to that connection, because it is your anchor. That connection is what carried you through before, and it will carry you through again. You are not expected to do this on your own. You are supported every step of the way. There is a deeper level of trust forming within you, one that is not easily shaken by doubt or distraction. You have experienced what it means to be guided in a moment that mattered, and that experience becomes a reference point for everything that comes next. When uncertainty arises, you can look back and remember that you were not left alone. That memory strengthens your ability to trust again, even when you cannot see what lies ahead. Trust is no longer something you are trying to force. It is something that is growing naturally within you. Type 1717 if you walk in trust. You must now begin to recognize how your awareness influences the direction of your life. The choices you make, even the small ones, begin to align differently when you are paying attention. You are no longer moving without thought, you are moving with intention, and that changes the outcomes you experience.